listening to Her Profit Era, the podcast for founders who want a business that actually works. A business that's profitable, predictable, and pays them well. I am Cindy Kumar, a CPA, a fractional CFO from Abbotsford, BC, Canada. I'm the person founders call when they're tired of high revenue months with no money left over. I started this podcast because too many founders were chasing sales while their margins, cash flow, and bank accounts told a completely different story. I believe profit and money in the bank is the standard, not a bonus, and that every founder deserves clarity around their numbers. Each week, you'll get real financial strategy you can actually use and honest conversations with founders and industry experts about what it really takes to build a business that lasts. Today, I want to talk about wealth strategies you can implement in your business or personally. Just supporting clients right now, and I'm finding that a lot of women, we struggle with investing. We don't have as much information as men, and we feel like it's so overwhelming or we don't even know where to start. So I just wanted to share some client wins, what I'm helping my clients with right now, and maybe it can help you as well. So this is for Canadian founders only, just with tax laws being different in like every country. I also want to share, before you implement these kind of strategies on your own, make sure you talk to a financial advisor or even like a tax accountant, making sure that this does work for you and it is beneficial. So the first step is really understanding, should you invest through your corporation or personally? Now, here's what a lot of people don't know. If you are investing through a corporation, CRA considers that as passive income because you're not actively doing anything to earn that investment income. So this applies to investing in the stock market, buying properties, basically anything that you're not actively doing to earn business income. Well, as a result, you're going to be taxed at about 50% on that investment income in your corporation. Whereas personally, it really depends on what tax bracket you're in. So a lot of times people end up being in lower tax brackets on the personal side. So it makes more sense to invest on the personal side versus doing it in a corporation. But always talk to your tax advisor, get them to run the numbers, make sure you understand your tax brackets before you make that decision. Now, here's what's really worked for my clients. So one of my clients, she's in the beauty space. She's invested heavily into her business. She had to buy equipment, supplies, everything up front. And so she has a shareholder loan balance in her corporation, which means that the corporation owes her that money tax free. She has about 30K sitting in there. She has about 70K sitting in her bank accounts. So she has a healthy amount of cash sitting there. And she was like, I want to invest this money. Like, I just don't want it sitting there, barely earning interest or anything from the banks. What can I do with this? Well, we started looking at different options for her. So we looked at like a real estate investment, but with just the market right now, she didn't want to take that risk. She already has like a tax-free savings account. She has money in the stock market. But we wanted to look at what else she could do. So I connected her with someone that does private lending. And what we ended up doing was we ended up taking that 30K tax-free out of her corporation. We put it into her tax-free savings account. So she withdrew that money from her corporation tax-free, and then she moved it into a tax-free savings account. So she's not going to be taxed on any of it. Now, with private lending, she's going to be earning 7% of interest every single year, guaranteed. And all that interest is going to accumulate tax free. So if you do have money sitting in your corporation, really ask your accountant or the person that you're working with what's in your shareholder loan and how you can withdraw that money tax free, and then looking at ways you can invest it. So with my client, she was going to be in a lower tax bracket personally because she has personal savings. She doesn't need to take money out of the corporation. She runs her business very lean. So it just made sense for her to do that. I have another accountant. She's self-employed. She has RSPs, tax-free savings account. She's been really struggling with a good money mindset and feels like no matter what she does, she can't get ahead. So with her, I connected her with the same person for private lending, and she's gonna put a little bit in every single month, and she feels comfortable doing this. So you don't need large amounts of money to start investing it. You can start off small. Once you build up the confidence, the interest starts to accumulate over time. You feel more confident investing more and trusting yourself. Now, the person that has been supporting my clients with private lending, his name's Terry Sidhu. He works with AP Capital. I will have him on a podcast episode as a guest so he can break down how private lending works, going over the risks, the benefits, basically anything that comes with private lending so that people have more information on whether it makes sense for them and if it's a good investment for them long term. So I just wanted to share those stories. Just a reminder that this is just what has worked for my clients and what I'm supporting them with. It's important that you talk to your tax advisor, sit down with an accountant. If you're in a different country, like the tax regulations could be totally different. So really make sure you do your research. If you're located in like BC or Canada and you have questions about private lending, feel free to send me a DM at It's Cindy Kumar and I can send you more information. If you're a founder who wants real strategy, not noise, and you want someone in your corner helping you build a business that feels aligned, is profitable, and actually supports your life, you can apply for CFO on Call. This is my one-on-one financial partnership for established founders, typically making between $500K to $2 million, who want clarity, who want structure and confidence with their numbers. The link is in the show notes so you can schedule a profit strategy call, or you can DM me CFO on Instagram at It's Cindy Kumar and I'll send over all the details.